What's up, everybody? John from Florida Moto Talk here, coming at you again with yet another video. For this one, we're trying to put something a little bit different together. We're still trying to get out a lot of good information to help some new track riders, some intermediate guys. Hopefully, we can even help out a couple fast guys. But we want to come together tonight and talk about certain upgrades and things that riders can do on the track. And we want to talk about whether those things can help you or not. But this one's going to be another short and sweet one. If you haven't noticed, I'm joined by Courtney and Mike again. You've seen Mike before, haven't seen Courtney yet.
What
Um,
is?
what's up, man? Y'all doing all right?
Of course. Of
Doing
Of
good.
course.
course, of course. And we got them here tonight because with all three of us together, we all have a pretty good range of experience. Like I said, I've been riding for like well over like 12, 13 years now. Mike, you've been riding forever as well. How long you been riding for?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
12
some
years.
about the same. Consistent track days with Mike, and then Courtney is how long you been riding for, man? A lot of street years, I know.
3 to 4 street years, about a year and a half track.
Nice. So we got a pretty good range of experience levels in here. Lots of different perspectives as we kind of talk about some of the things that we're going to get into. But what kind of inspired this video was the Ken Hill video series that he has, where he kind of talks about certain parts that are whether they're overrated or underrated, and then he explains, whether you should get these parts or whether you shouldn't. So that kind of inspired us to kind of do something along the same lines, but see if we could just offer our thoughts on it. But real good video series that Ken Hill does too. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. But let's jump right into it.
We got a better name thing.
Better name the thing. That's right. Almost forgot the name. We're juggling around a couple names right now. I think for this one we're gonna go with Pin It or Bennett. I think that was the one. Or Send It or Bennett. What are we thinking?
I love it.
Which
Go
one?
with it.
Send it, or Pin It.
Send it. Hit the buy button.
Send it. All right, we're going with Send It or Pin It. Send it or Pin It. Done. But for the first mod, it's not even really a mod, but we're gonna talk about earplugs. What do we think about earplugs? Send it or Pin It? Or Send It or Bennett? Confusing myself now. Let's go with Mike first, man. What do you think? Earplugs for the track, keep them or get rid of them?
I'll be the minority in the weird answer. So, yes and no, I use AirPods as my earplugs, and I listen to music 100% of the time I'm on track, unless it's against the organization's rules. I definitely don't do that. I would never break the rules. But yeah, I just like listen to music and things that kind of keep me open-minded, and then they've got noise cancellation as well. So I think that's the biggest thing, is keeping the noise. The quieter it is, kind of like the further you look ahead, the slower things seem to be coming at you. Kind of the same idea. The quieter the engine is, the less you can hear. The bike behind you, in front of you, yours. The less thought you're putting to it. So yeah, I listen to jams, man, while I'm doing it, in a wide variety.
All right, so you're bending the earplugs, keeping music and AirPods. All right, so that's
Agreed.
one. All right, what do you think, Courtney? Man, earplugs, keep them or get rid of them?
I say do either or. As far as headphones, I wouldn't do them anymore. I will do my Cardo or my Senna. Works great. As far as buying earplugs, you don't necessarily need to buy what's a brand I've heard? Earplugs. You don't need the whole $70 earplugs to go on the track. Go to Walmart, gun range, get you a pair of Safaris for like 15, 10 bucks. They're gonna do the same thing. They feel great. They're fantastic. Highly recommend them. And as long as you protect your ears, you're good. Remember, it's a wind noise that gets you, not the noise of the bikes or the sound of your music. It's that wind noise.
All right, so you do. So you said Cardo. So earplugs and Cardo.
Um, Minimum have something to try to protect your ears, but I would say go earplugs, and then if you want to listen to music, go ahead. Like Mike said, some orgs don't let you do it, but if you do, it's fine. I can hear clean through them. It's not completely blocking, but you can still hear a little bit of music through there.
So you're right in the middle, man. This is
I'm right
this is
there for
gonna.
both of them.
Yeah, you're gonna be right in the middle, man. There's only three of us, but you go both way. You're going both ways right now.
I'm going both ways.
You're going both ways, man. We got to go one way or another, man. All right, we'll let you slide on that one though, I guess. For me, I mean, I know some people that run the high-end earplugs for sure, and they love them. And somebody suggested earplugs to me a few months ago, and up until that point, I had never used earplugs. I didn't feel like I needed them at all. I didn't feel like there would be any sort of benefit to them. But I shoot too, so I have a lot of the foam earplugs. I got like a whole box full of just unused foam earplugs, and I threw them in one day and went riding, and I will never ride again on the track without earplugs in ever. Because I feel like it's such a game changer with those earplugs, because there's so much I mean, you once you put those earplugs in, you notice just how much noise and, like, just how much stimulus there is going on outside of your head. So it really helps me to zero in and get focused when I eliminate all that noise and all those extra factors that can distract me. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever ride without earplugs again, but definitely a game changer. So I'm for earplugs 100%. Send it for the earplugs for me. But I guess, Courtney, you're still right in the middle on that one. So
I'm gonna say send it. I'm gonna say send it. Now I thought about it, I'm gonna say send it.
Send it. So no music then?
No music, send it.
No music. All right. Not looking good, Mike.
Man, whenever I came off the track and y'all realized I took AirPods out and like the music started playing or something, and you and Alex looked at me like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" Like, I didn't realize it was that weird at the time or until then. But I think the point is to like just the same thing. We have an idea or a plan when we go out on track. Like, hey, just this one turn or this one fundamental we're going to work on. It's kind of the same thing. It's to block out all the other stuff, block out all the noise, and have like a clear mind where you can focus on the task at hand. And like I said, looking ahead so things don't seem as fast. Kind of dulling down the sound and all the other inputs leaves more of your brain power to focus on what you're doing on track. So, but I can do the same thing and listen to music that's blocking out the wind noise, which is a great point. That definitely is what it is. The wind noise is the most of it, or getting nervous because a bike's behind you and you can hear it revving or whatever for a couple of corners, makes you nervous. It definitely kind of tones that out. But I like it either way. But I like the jams for sure. And it's a help pump you up while you're out there.
Yeah, I'm so calm and relaxed now with just almost zero noise coming into my ears. But we're all wired differently, so I definitely get that. Like I said, where music would definitely stress me out. Like I said, it helps calm you, and that's something that I always talk about too. Like especially with riding, you got to find what works for you. Right? There's not a silver bullet for anything. So if music helps you chill out, which music does help me chill out, but in a different situation, so I can totally understand it. But biggest takeaway for sure, find what works for you. And like I said, that's what works for me. If I'm sure you're probably listening to like Taylor Swift and stuff, and probably like some Miley Cyrus or something when you're rolling out. So I can get that, man, having beautiful singing in your ear.
I'll agree. I'll wear earplugs for a session next time we all go out, and you can listen to my playlist the next time we go out if you agree.
Yeah, man. Give it a try. All right. So earplugs, we're sending it for that one. Earplugs. All right. Second topic: Brembo master cylinders. Do we need those for track day riding, or is that too much? Is that a wasted expense? So, what do you want? You want to take this one first, Courtney? Brembo master cylinder. What do you think?
I'd say, is it pin it or pit it?
We've been switching it around, so I've been messing it up. My bad. Send it or bin it. Like throw it in the trash bin.
I'm gonna bin it.
Okay.
I don't think they're necessary. Overall, the natural thing that I've heard you go through is first thing you should do is change your brake lines to steel braided, then go pads, then go master. because really and truly, you don't want to really spend all your money on a $300 Brembo Master, and you're still kind of getting the same results with rubber lines because they expand. So if you go stainless steel lines, brake pads, and then that's just not enough, then go Brembo. But I do not think they're necessary for the track at all. Do not even a little bit. Even what's coming on these stock bikes, a lot of super bikes they're coming out with Brembos, calipers, and Masters. I still don't think they're necessary. I think a good set of stainless steel lines and some good EBC double H center pads, good to go.
Okay. I feel that. That one caught me off guard. Definitely thought you were gonna say send it, but all right. We're getting into it now.
A little pricey for me.
Yeah, we're getting into it. We're getting into it. What do you think, Mike? Brembo master cylinders, do we need them, or should we just save the cash and not?
I say bin it, and Courtney brought up a good point, and it's kind of true for a lot of things. Once you're going to change the master cylinder, what do you also have to do? The brake fluid, right? So while we're doing the brake fluid and bleeding it, why don't we tack on the braided lines on there? Hey, we're doing that, we're messing with it. Let's throw some Brembo 4 times the cost of EBC centered pads, brake pads at the same time. Then hell, let's throw some monoblock calipers on there because they use them in MotoGP and they're fast, right? So I think before we go down that rabbit hole, something I noticed in just watching video, not even telemetry and stuff, like talking to other people that are as slow as me and watching their videos, a lot of guys and gals are not using anywhere close to full braking power. Like they're not pulling that lever hard. At even like slow advance, they're not braking hard. Same thing where like, hey, I need to, get more horsepower, get a flash tune or exhaust or whatever, so I can go faster, because 180 horsepower just is not cutting it. For the person running like mid-pack intermediate, like it isn't the case. There's a lot of things you can do, and I think it's just the standard. Like a lot of people like, oh, the brakes. I have a Yamaha MT10. It's got like the stock Brembo radial master cylinder, and it's got rubber lines. The one before it had just the Yamaha whatever Brembo or knockoff one, and everyone complained about both of them. You go on the MT10 forums, everybody's hating on the brakes, and honestly, I unplugged ABS, which is probably a whole other conversation, but I pulled a fuse that took like 11 seconds on both bikes, and both of them stopped like crazy. Like they work perfectly well. Yeah, could I have a little more feel or a little more braking power with Brembo pads and master cylinder and steel braid lines and stuff? Probably. Is it going to change my lap time or how safe I am or something? By a tiny marginal amount? Probably not. So I feel like it's probably better to be, have more tire than you need, maybe have more traction than you need in case you screw up. It's there as like a safety cushion, but to have more power, braking, that kind of thing than you need, I'd rather get to a point where I'm better than the brakes and they are slowing me down rather than like getting in front of it and spending money. Spend money on track time, fuel, tires, coaching, that kind of thing, rather than, just because everyone else is doing it, a Brembo Master Cylinder. So I would bin it.
All right. That's 2 for Bennett, man. Gosh. Y'all got some pretty good arguments here to throw the Brembos in the freaking trash. Goodness.
I mean, you can throw it my way. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind the free Brembo. We'll put it on there. We'll find a way.
For real, man.
We'll buy
Dang.
in place, but yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, so I bought my bike and it came with a Brembo Master, and then I took it off to make my bike super stock legal, and then after that I ended up buying another Brembo Master to put on there. So I've used it with it and without it, and while the performance is certainly noticeable, I think for a new track day rider, somebody that's intermediate, kind of like you were talking about, Mike, that's still learning, you're not going to be able to get, I don't think, any sort of performance advantage from spending, $400, $500 on a Brembo Master Cylinder. Braking is such a delicate part of getting that bike around the track, and I mean, you're you're gonna get you're not gonna find any sort of benefit. I mean, just spending that money on it. I don't think. Um, Now, once you sort of progress with your skills, you start getting a little bit quicker. Maybe get into the advanced group, start racing and everything, where you're really jamming on the brakes. Because, I mean, a beginner or an intermediate, you might feel like you're really jamming the brakes, but at the end of the day, right? Like, how hard are any of us really braking?
Not nowhere near hard enough.
Nowhere near hard enough. And for those of us who watch racing, that are all of us, right? We can. We can see what like true brake, or if you've ever seen a professional rider brake, I mean, you can see what truly braking is, where you're, braking hard enough to get brake fade and the back end's lifting up, and um, that's like the upper limit of what was capable for the bike. But even with the stock master cylinder, you can still get that same level of performance. So yeah, I would say definitely if you're a lower level rider, somebody that's learning, just keep working with the stock hardware, and once you progress to where you're braking, where you need that extra stopping power that the Brembo is going to get you, then it's going to be a no-brainer at that point. But yeah, for somebody that's learning or getting into it, don't spend the money on it, not yet, because it's not going to benefit you that much. But so I'm gonna say Bennett too. So we got 3 Bennetts for that one, huh?
So now, John, I do have a question for you, because there is a cheap way to go after a Brembo if you really want it. Like if you wanted to find a Panigale part out, or a ZX10 part out, or even an R6 part out. Maybe it would have one for maybe $150. But I don't know the difference between that Brembo and the ones you buy off the website that just looks better.
Yeah.
Well, quick question for both of you. Courtney, when's the last time your rear tire came off the ground? Not like an oh shit moment, but just on track. When's the last time you were holding the rear off the ground, braking?
Truthfully, honestly, never.
John, what's your answer?
Not yet, man. Not yet, but I think it's coming.
Right. Lewis, until that's
coming.
happening,
Yeah.
you're not using all the braking power of your master cylinder, your lines, your pads. So while it can add some feel good and some confidence, which is huge for sure, I don't think it's enough. I think that's why you got 3 out of 3 Bennett's. It is not at the top of the list by any means to spend money on like that.
Yeah, and I'll also add too, for I don't know if y'all saw that video that just got posted from Jennings. That was
I was
from
gonna
this
say
past
that,
Monday.
man.
Yeah, that I just remembered that because once again, if you're a new guy and you go get that Brembo Master, I mean that's an advanced tool right there. And if you can't have oh crap moments with that Brembo, because if you tell it to stop, it's gonna stop. And if you tell it to stop too much, it's gonna make you cartwheel and soda can your brand new Aprilia, like that guy did in that video.
See, look, now that you can go get a cheap Brembo for a good $120, all you gotta do is find a lever somewhere out there in the field.
Yeah. I mean, there's one out there. There's a couple of Aprilia parts out there.
It was a hospital cartwheel that guy pulled.
Sweet. Well, good deal. Well, yeah, man. Like I said, we just wanted to make a short and sweet one, real quick. Kind of talk about that. If anybody's got any questions or anything for me or any of the guys, leave them in the comments. And hey, we'll try to get somewhere out here pretty soon. But thanks y'all for hopping on the show.
Yeah, if you got any suggestions, throw them in the comments.
Absolutely, man. Well, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Sweet shirt, Mike. Just freaking noticed. Balling.
Randomly wearing that today.
Heck yeah. But yeah, man, thanks for coming up, and we'll try to get some more of these out.